I didn't. Oh God.
Oh shit. Oh, this is official.
Lock in, everybody.
I have to pee.
Yeah, no, I suddenly have so much other things I'm supposed to be doing.
Just do it live.
You got to pay extra for that.
Oh, like the live and the screen are like at different times, so we're gonna be live 10 seconds early.
Can they hear us through this? I bet.
I hope so.
Me too. Glue, everybody. Daniel Mills says.
I think Michael just sent an email about getting in. Somebody should check that. I just got it popped up.
Classic.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can't hear us.
Excellent.
God damn it, Marisi.
Everything is gonna be fine. I've never been on camera before, so I'm excited.
Never? Not even a Polaroid?
I saw that movie.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to. We're already off the rails. The Backerkit campaign for the Crocodile comic book set in the DCC universe. My name is Andrew Givler. I am the host of this nightmare, and I am joined by a bunch of lovely individuals. Matt Dinneman, Matt D is up too early up here above me. Of course, Jeff Hayes, whose voice needs no introduction. And Brent Bean, who is a writer, character designer, and artist working on this project. Welcome, Brett, to the chaos.
Thank you.
And today we're going to be going through the Backerkit, the opportunity for you guys to fund this early in order to get some really cool rewards, get a really cool edition of the comic book, and to answer some of your questions and have probably a good time.
No, I'm happy to be here, even though it's 8 a.m.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
You look cheerful. You look very cheerful.
I'm always cheerful.
It's 10 a.m. for me, so I'm not tortured. Very normal.
Yeah, Jeff, rub it in. Okay, the rest of us are on the West Coast.
That's like the one perk you guys have is you get to see things earlier.
I don't know. I could name a few more, but you can keep going. Go ahead.
Yeah, we got good weather. I don't know. And no hurricanes. Those are really all I can think of. Okay. Anyway.
Wait, California doesn't have hurricanes? Never?
We've had the first one in like 100 years last year.
Oh, wow.
And it was mostly just rain. It was nice. Anyway, enough about the weather.
We're getting there.
Yeah, we're getting there. Give us a few years.
Hey, here he is.
Hey.
Oh, hello.
Hi, Michael.
Hey, how's it going?
Doing good.
Good to see you guys.
We're also joined by Michael, who's a screenwriter and comic author who's also working on the comic. Welcome. We're live, so we're figuring it out.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
I believe we're ready to reveal the campaign for those of you who haven't seen it. Ta-da! Wow, ooh, fancy.
Wow.
It looks like my purse.
Ooh, yeah, very, very crocodilian. I like it. So this is. You guys want to? Well,
hold on.
We have
Michael's hiding behind the.
Oh yeah, we lost.
Just raise your hand. Like,
there you go.
You gotta
Speak
just peek
over.
up.
Just the eyes, like the crocodile.
There you go.
It was.
We're on
theme. Intimidating.
We're still on theme, baby.
It was intimidating. Okay, do we have next slide type thing here? What do we got? I just see crocodiles.
Meanwhile, Michael, you're muted. If you want to say hi, I don't think we heard your voice even. Did we?
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. When I came on.
Okay, gotcha. Well, it's nice to meet you. I read the first volume of Barbaric, so.
Cool. Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. Actually, my buddy, our COO here at Sound Booth Theater, Justin Thomas James, we've been doing motion comics, and that's something that we're kind of talking to Vault about. And your Barbaric is something he really wants to do. He wants to do the voices for it, and
that's awesome.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic. That's wonderful. Yeah, always happy to have the conversation. I think that'd be fun, and I appreciate you being interesting. That's really cool.
Yeah, and Brett, I read volume 5, of I Hate Fairyland. I finally got through the original. Was it what do you call it? Not omnibus. Compendium of Scotty Young's illustration, like 1 through 20. So I honestly thought that the art was a slight improvement when you came on. So good.
Oh, we don't say that live. I appreciate the love. We don't say that live.
Well, good news is we solved our technical difficulties, so we can go and take a look at the backer kit for Dungeon Crawler Carl Crocodile graphic novel.
Wow, we're not even live, and we're almost at the.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
we already passed. Yeah.
And
Cool.
Wait, well, there's 7 backers.
yeah,
Well, you know.
There happen to be 7 of us in this room. That's weird.
Matt contributed $40,000.
Yes.
Very generous, Matt. I love your enthusiasm.
It was
Yeah,
actually
you really-
49, but
you
yes.
really want me to cook for you, huh? You really?
yes. So that number is coming from the reservation and early access link, where like people can put down like a small amount in order to get guaranteed like the exclusive sticker and PDF, but they still have to formally, I believe, convert to come through. So
Yeah, that was all me also. So I
Yeah,
just
also, it's just Matt. And Matt
10,005.
actually is the only person who's ever bought a copy of Dungeon Crawler Carl. It's just him out there running a big long con on us.
I got accused of that the other day.
Did you? Did you?
Yeah, I did.
Well, having just recently been in a theater full of people who were excited to talk to you, I really can.
It's LA. It's all actors. Yeah.
Oh, that's what, of course. Yes. All right. We should
Eating his
go
own.
through the
He's a
campaign.
snakehead eating his own tail. It's just Matt wrapped around eating his own legs.
No one is more part of the system than Matt Dinneman. That's really what I want to say. Yes. Okay, so this is the campaign we can walk through. This is your guys' words and arts. It follows the story of Florin, I believe. You guys want to give me like a quick little high level pitch on that for anybody who might not be familiar in the chat?
Sure, I'll do it. So if you're not familiar with Dungeon Crawler Carl, I wanted to have another story that's accessible to people who aren't familiar, but at the same time, people who are familiar get to solve a bunch of mysteries that have been built up through the course of the 7 books. And we have a character named Florin who is, it's no secret, he is a crocodile-headed character, a crocodilian, but he doesn't become a crocodile-headed dude until the 3rd floor. And this graphic novel is the story of how Florin the human entered the dungeon, and we don't really know very much about him in the canon DCC books. We know has an Australian accent, but he has a French name, but he was in Africa at the time of the collapse. And this graphic novel is designed to answer all of those questions. But at the same time, if you're not familiar with DCC at all, you can just jump right in and grab the graphic novel first and enter the crawl that way. And when I was first approached about this project, I was really happy that I got my first choice in both writer and artist. And I was a big fan of Maurice. I was a big fan of Brett Bean. And I'm so fortunate that they both agreed to jump right on. So I'm pretty excited for you guys to see this, and let's look at what the campaign is.
The art looks gorgeous. I'm super excited about it. Florin always was a character that I was curious about, so I am excited to see that we're gonna get a little bit of his backstory, and hear more about it. Now, what my understanding is, what this is for the special limited edition, which as the campaign goes, we'll be getting different upgrades. It can get, I believe, like gloss and size upgrade, as well as some other things. But you're doing it kind of like the loot boxes from the crawl.
That's right. And what you just saw was the Backerkit exclusive cover, which is really cool. But I'm not sure how the fan box voting works, but
I believe, and somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but from the notes I was given, it's as you guys are hitting certain tiers, it unlocks different tiers of fan boxes. And then much like in the crawl, the backers get to vote on which upgrade they get for the comic. So day 1, all the backers are going to get a vote on the fan box reward, which will either be a backer only preview, a Backerkit exclusive book gloss upgrade, Backerkit exclusive book size upgrade, or a bonus postcard added.
Well, I want to vote for the one where we were talking about earlier, Brett Bean comes to your house and cooks you dinner.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that sounds like at least
Well,
a silver box.
They were supposed to come to me to cook dinner. Now I'm going out to their houses.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
We've already upgraded this
gotta be a
loot
service,
box.
we got to pull out all the stops to make it as beautiful as possible. What's your go-to meal, Brett?
My go-to meal, cheeky nuggets and red wine. It pairs great, you guys. You're gonna love it.
I find red wine pairs well with most things, so
You
that's
can't
fair
pair
enough.
red wine with chicken nuggets.
You are not a
Don't get me wrong.
believer.
I'm coming to your house since you already pre-ordered 50 of these loot boxes.
This is like 2 months straight of you cooking for me.
Incredible. Yes, we did also. I think we slid past the custom cover. If we want to go back to that real quick, just so we can highlight it. That is only going to be in this edition of the book. So if you're back at here, this is the only way you'll ever be able to get it. And it comes with a cool little collectible magnetic crock box.
Wow, there's a picture of me signing a book.
Yeah.
That's pretty much like all you do now. That's
It
like
is.
the
It
whole
has
job.
been.
Ooh, there it is. Look at that.
Touch
Wow.
of foil. Yeah.
Ooh. Those are all the things I think
Is
that
that
can
hardcover?
happen. Yeah, across the I don't know. Maybe.
I want the damn hardcover.
Yeah. Hey, give me the pretty version.
Yeah. That's right.
Oh yeah. Oh, we got pledge levels. Give me the pretty version. Okay.
Yeah. That's right.
So these are the different tiers.
Pledge levels.
Give me the pretty version. Oh, I hear myself.
Okay.
Yeah. That's right.
So these are the different tiers.
Pledge levels.
Give me the pretty version. Oh, I hear myself.
Okay.
Yeah. That's right.
Now you're going to be in a
So
loop.
these are the
See you
different
again.
tiers.
Pledge levels.
Give me the pretty version. Oh, I hear. That's actually what my nightmares sound like. It's just me echoing to myself.
I
over
know. I thought this
and
was the
over
German remix. We were just gonna start looping and.
Everybody clap. Do a beat.
Yeah. Okay, we're good. I'm no longer triggering a never-ending sound of despair. Okay. Good.
No, you're triggering, but not this.
That's fair. You know what? I can't really say anything against that. Okay. We'll take a look at the pledge levels here in a second. But is there anything you guys really want to highlight about the story parts you're like super excited about? Jeff, I know you're doing some audio for this. I don't actually know how that works in a comic book. How is that working?
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure either. We've done motion comics, right? Sound booth theater. We love doing it. We haven't found a way to make it like viable or whatever as a profitable thing. But hell, it's a lot of fun. We're putting them up on our YouTube channel right now. At the moment, and like we do cinematic audio, we do full cast sound effects and music, audiobooks and audio dramas already. So introducing the visual element in a way it makes our jobs a little bit easier, because then we can respond to not just the text but the visual element. So it's actually a relatively low production cost kind of thing for us to be able to do. And if you guys, if Vault, if Matt wants us to make a motion comic version of this, well, I'd be happy to. So
I think I was looking at the campaign earlier. I think the Jeff one is like Jeff is going to record just a short clip for you guys. That's part of the Jeff box. Like he'll record your telephone outgoing message. He's done that before, and people really love that. And
yep, that's actually part of the campaign. I thought
Yeah.
you were
Got it.
talking
Yes.
about
Okay.
the
Yeah,
comic
I
itself.
don't know. I don't know what's going to happen with the comic, but
Yes,
know.
yes, five.
Box opens now, Carl.
God.
Really,
He's in
Carl?
bed.
Must I explain how this works? A true lady always backs on day one.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing 5 voicemail messages. We just got a post yesterday in r/sound booth. Somebody protesting that I'm not on Cameo.
Oh
right?
man.
Yeah,
I'm probably.
and there was so much response to that post, and this is why I don't do it, because I want to reserve it for times like this. You know, it's kind of like how the diamond industry, they hoard all of the diamonds in one spot and then they sell each one off for like way too much money. That's I'm inflating the price for you guys to make these loot boxes special.
You're a hero.
Yeah.
I'd
You've
buy
given
50
your
of those cameos to go along with Brett coming to my house to cook me dinner. We just
Yeah. No. I love that. Okay. Great. So, and what about dying in DCC, Matt? Do you know how that's working?
Yeah, so last time I had a Kickstarter for books 1 and 2, or for the book 1, I'm sorry, hardcover. We had, it's like a tuckerization. It was supposed to be 3 of each, 3 die in DCC and 3 live in DCC, and that worked out really well. And we're going to do that again in the next Kickstarter. But for this one, we added just one exclusive, where if you buy that tier, you give me your name, your information, and I will write you in literally into Dungeon Crawler Carl book 8, and you will die a very glorious death. And we did this for book 7, and it went off really well. I had also sold only one for book 6. That was an auction at Dragon Con, and if you remember, if you've read DCC, there's a bartender named Charlie who meets Samantha, and he has a very, very unfortunate death, and that's a person bought that auction, and that's the sort of thing you might get.
Oh, how dystopian! Love it. Yeah, amazing. Okay,
You've never killed me.
No, not yet.
He still needs.
I just kill the characters whose voices you don't like. I don't like.
He doesn't like it.
That's very funny. Petty. That's the kind of petty I appreciate in storytelling. Is the secret petty, where you've done something just because it's annoyed you, so you've solved your own little problem. It bothered no one else, but you've solved it. Okay, so I believe what we're going to do next is open it up to some questions from the chat. So we can kick it off. We can also zoom in on Jeff and the dog. That's very important. So guys in chat, if you've got questions for any of our panel here, you can pass them over. I'll read my favorite ones and not my least favorite ones. And then we can talk about them. Oh, we've already got some. Okay. First question is from Samantha. Did you already have these character stories in mind for the DCC books, or are you now creating new backstories you hadn't planned before?
So for the Florin, this specific one, I actually wrote, it's basically a short story, a treatment for a graphic novel about how Florin first got into the dungeon, the first several things that happened. And I gave that to Michael, and he ran with it, and he's doing an amazing job. But everything we do with Florin's story is going to be 100% canon to the DCC universe, and that's something we're very careful with. We're not breaking any of the previous established rules. Everything that happens in the graphic novel is what really happened in the book, and there's lots of small little mysteries throughout the whole series that will get solved in this specific graphic novel. But at the same time, it's important to me that you don't have to read the graphic novel, and you don't have to read Dungeon Crawler Carl to understand and enjoy either.
Yeah, well, I think what's interesting that, like, that Matt set up, you always say, such a common thing in comics, you say like that, how something's like a great jumping on point. But, what's kind of magical about what Matt did is that, like, the Dungeon Crawler Carl, the first book, especially, like, in subsequent books as well, but it's really fixed to his perspective. Like, you have this massive world and so many things happening, and you're really fixed to Carl's not only view of it, but how he is experiencing things. And there's such so much more happening around him. And what's cool is that, like, it's almost like you get to do the first book over again. It's not like we're hitting the same beats, it's not like we're telling the same story exactly, but you're getting that initial dungeon crawling experience, but through an entirely different POV. and that not only adjusts like how, you know, from a character perspective and what we know about Florin, but it also adjusts like how we see the dungeon itself. So it's like you almost get like this kind of like, you know, redo in a sense. But while you're doing that, you're also expanding the idea of the dungeon and the world of the dungeon by fixing it on somebody else's experience going through something that we've already seen. If you've read the first book, you've already had that, but like it also gives it a freshness to it if you haven't or have not. And it's a really very cool thing that Matt was able to pull off in his initial idea for the book.
Okay, next question's from Kristen. Brett, which character or characters were the most fun to figure out how to capture? Thank you.
Kristen, that's a tough one because they're actually all really fun. There's not a single character that I disliked, so we don't have to kill off anything. No. They're all really fun. I would say that I'm uniquely a fan, so it's really weird to also be the person to sort of put a spin on the universe that I was just reading and coming up with in my head, like everybody else. And I actually get to be the one person who gets to sort of draw Carl and Donut. So I would say the most fun was going in line. It would be Carl, Donut, and then Florin. Those are like my three like favorite crawlers and go-tos and everything. So those were probably the ones that just because in my head I'd already built them, but I never thought I'd get the opportunity to actually build them. So it's a unique opportunity for me. So it's been really fun. But Zev would also be like right up there too. I had a lot of fun doing a lot of versions of Zev, and in my head it was really fun. I'd be on every single flight just sort of doing drawings. So
Your versions of Zev are some of my favorite, and there's a weapon that we haven't seen yet that you just showed us, and I can't wait to bring that into the story as well.
Thank you.
Next, we have Diana C. from Redwood City, California. Very important. What is your favorite part of this graphic novel? So you have to be careful of spoilers, but we got a thing that's...
Is that anybody specific to who wants to answer that one?
That's open.
Well, I do have an answer for this one then, and then you can chime in. Sorry. So the favorite part of this graphic novel is actually, I was talking to my friend Ryan, is that I really enjoy the idea that bringing book people into comic land who may have not been familiar with any of it, and seeing the visual medium, because comics is so specifically visual plus writing, being like this perfect marriage compared to a book, that I think it's my favorite part of graphic novels is when you can get those book people or comic people to sort of mix together, and you bring a brand new audience to the medium of comics. So that's been my favorite part, is that you're already bringing this awesome audience that Matt built into our world that with comics. And I think it's a treat to kind of just meet those people and see them brighten up into this new world of visual medium. So.
And my favorite part is Michael writing scenes where mobs explode and then Brett drawing them, because it's amazing.
Yeah. Michael's doing awesome. Yeah, it's so good.
That's been my favorite. You know, it's cool to do the dungeon stuff, but like populating it with weird shit. The first, I don't think I'm spoiling anything, but you know, whatever. The first boss that we encounter does crack me up. And I think that's been like the funnest part, is being able to like, and I don't remember, that might have been in Brett, or sorry, Matt, that might have been in your, I can't remember where that came from, but like just being able to, you know, the world is so unhinged, you know, and being able to explore these weird things, and there's such a largeness to it, like it is a ton of fun. Then you hand it off to Matt and he had something cool, then you know, give it to Brett and he does wonderful stuff with it. So it lends itself to being a visual medium in so many ways. So it's really cool to kind of develop how much we can push that aspect of it, and how much fun we can have. And we've been having a lot of fun.
Yeah. Yes, some of the monsters we're seeing are haven't been seen before too, which is it's just amazing. I can't wait for you guys to read it.
Which I've been glad for. I'm like, God, should we do the same things that we've seen at, per level? Like, okay, this is what Carl encountered in level 1. And even on rank, I forget like how big the dungeon is. So it's like, well,
Yeah.
they can see different stuff and they can encounter different stuff. And you've been really cool with that. Like, yeah, let's have it be, and I don't want to say what, but like this thing, and see where that goes.
Our next question is from Tyler. He said, I was curious on how you landed on Brett Bean, one of my favorite artists, for doing the art of the graphic novel.
Well, I specifically called out I Hate Fairyland, and Brett is one of the principal artists on that, and they gave me a list of artists, and he was there on the list, right in the middle of the list, and it wasn't like any specific order, and I zoomed in on him immediately, and he was literally my first choice. So
I'm just learning that now. I thank you very much. I thought I was at least like 8 or 9. I didn't think I'd crack the top 10.
Oh man, yeah. It was meant to be from the beginning.
Yes.
Okay, Wayne C wants to know, will we get to see Florin in the tank?
Well, so that doesn't happen until much later. And this particular novel, if you guys back it enough, then we will probably be able to do this again for the deeper floors. So that's really up to you guys. And we don't know what Florin's going to get into in the first and second floor, because we're not really done with it yet. We're still working on it. But the answer is, if you guys give us enough money, then yeah.
You're a straight shooter, Matt. I appreciate that.
But there are other stories that we do see in the first 2 floors. There's Afechi, who's a character that runs in the floor and relatively early, and that's an ultimately really interesting story, and I can't wait to see how Michael deals with it. And then we also there's lots of Lucia Marr material that we have to deal with as well. So yeah,
that may be what I'm most excited about.
Well, yeah, it's interesting because now this is like this question. I'm nervous how to answer this, Matt and Brad. I don't know how this feels like spoiler territory. I'm not sure.
Right. We don't want to spoil anything just yet, because that's it's the fun.
This is a great question, but it's a tough one.
An official maybe.
First, okay.
All right, we're moving on. Jacob S wants to know, only reading Anarchist's cookbook now, will we learn Florin's motivation like Carl's, or just follow his adventures?
I think you learn who Florin is very, very early. Carl goes into the dungeon as kind of, oblivious to the world around him. He just kind of wanted to live his life and play video games and hang out with his friends. And we slowly realize that has kind of a messed up background and story, like so many of us do, but he's overly optimistic about his ability to destroy the world. And Florin is almost the opposite. He comes into this world completely broken already. He is dead on the inside, and this is something we learn about him very, very early. And Mike's already doing an amazing job portraying Florin like this. And it's one of the reasons why I picked him. It's a great juxtaposition to see like someone who has nothing to lose versus someone who wants to protect everybody.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Okay, Designer Fox, we're diving into these questions. I love this. Why choose Florin as the MC? How far will his story go in the main arc? And are more spin-offs or alternate character POVs planned? This is a 3-in-1. Kind of cheap.
Well, I think I already answered the Florin one, and he's the character I want to explore the most. We have so many other characters in this world that I would love to explore eventually, and in different mediums than just writing novels if possible. We'll see how this goes, I guess. I don't want to give too many spoilers, but the whole purpose, the whole arc of this Crocodile graphic novel will be about his identity, and we'll get as far as we get. And again, nobody really knows how far these things go, and it depends on you guys and how you respond to it. I would love to do. I've written similar stories of multiple characters. We have Louis' story, we have Imani's story, we have Mordecai's story, there's Zeb's story, Samantha's story, Growler Gary's story. We have so many characters in this dungeon that we could do stories on. We just, there's only so much time.
Is Donut aware that all you traders are on the live cuddling disgusting dogs?
Well, see, if I tried to do this, I'll get attacked. There's a cat right here.
At least I saw a comment in the chat that somebody was like, Matt would have a cat-sized dog, which made me laugh.
And I have a dog-sized cat right here. So yeah.
Okay, let's see. Comics is an amazing medium with unique visual opportunities. What was your favorite way of taking advantage of the page and panels that couldn't be done in a book or audiobook?
Exploding mobs, right?
Yeah, I mean, the simple answer, is obviously, you get to see it and visualize it. And I'm sure Brett can speak to this as well. But like, there's also like, Scott McCloud talks about this, about the best part of comics taking place, between the panels. And it's about also what you're choosing not to show. And I think that like, if we're doing our jobs right, then we're taking readers on experience that not only are we, giving them specific visuals to this great world, but also really telling the story in a right way and what we're choosing to show and what we're choosing not to show, what's happening in between. So I think that's like, it's an interesting opportunity to like make the right decisions on how we're bringing Carl's world to life and how exactly we're telling the story. And I think that there's like, obviously, in a book, a prose book, you can have 700 pages or you can have 400 pages or whatever. And you're not limited in the same way that like comics is, you can't go 700 pages. So we have to make those kind of decisions. And Brett, what's really interesting about this, like we have our Slack channel, and like Brett has, not only is Brett a great stylist and great artist, but like Brett is so technical and so smart and so such an expert at what he does. Like, and I've been doing comics for a very long time, and Brett explains things and why he's making decisions and why he's guiding colors in a certain way and why he's, wants to approach a page a certain way. And I have learned so much just from listening to how Brett makes his decisions. And those decisions are what make a good comic into a great comic. And Brett's making those decisions every time that he sits and approaches a page. So his knowledge and his just how excellent he is at this is making this comic something really, really special.
Oh, well, thank you. Wow. That's very nice to hear. But the way that I think that you guys are also building the story is so, I think comics is the closest thing to movies, where you're basically storyboarding out the beats to it and not putting all the extra stuff to get to 700 pages. And I think, Michael, you have like such a firm grasp in that movie universe and that sort of like beat by beat. So it makes it really easy to sort of just build this out the way I see it as a movie form, but in storyboard form instead. Because that's basically all it is like I've taken all the knowledge from TV and film and go, oh, it's storyboarding beats for a film. Okay, what camera angle do I want for this or this? So the way that you guys are writing and structuring the story also makes it really easy to sort of just keep right into that like nice little area. So thank you for the work that you guys do too, because it's awesome and it's really fun to do. And I read the pages and go, ooh, yay, fun stuff to do.
I just love it when it's like a big circle jerk. It's amazing.
Right. You want the Dutch rudder? I mean, I can hold on to.
Yeah, you just feel like you're having
I said
fun.
the quiet part out loud. Sorry.
It wouldn't be a DCC live stream if it didn't get a little unhinged, I suppose. Okay, more questions about like what your dream of, is this going to turn into a series of graphic novels or just be a one-off? I assume that's sort of
your pledge.
That's up to Vault and you guys again.
Yeah. So in some ways, this one will be standalone, but have the opportunity to go forward, I assume, not necessarily leaving you on a cliffhanger.
Yeah, I hope so.
Okay, will the novel explore Florin's physical and mental struggles becoming a crocodilian? And seriously, how does he get his head through his shirt? The best question.
So that's a question that Donut often asks whenever she sees a crocodilian is, how the hell does he get the shirt on? Because he has such a big head. But I mean, this is Michael's story in the end, but that's the reason why we wanted to write this particular story. He already goes into the dungeon with that nickname Crocodile. Because he's known for his ability to just lie in wait for a very long time in the jungle and then strike. And we don't really know how he feels about that just quite yet. But it seems to me that he's a character that's struggling with his identity. And by the end, then he ends up eventually choosing the crocodilian race on the third floor. And that's something we know going into the story, if you're familiar with Carl. And that's going to be the interesting thing to watch and learn about. That's my favorite part.
Yeah, that's mine too. Like, I think it's super cool. Like, it's like Carl's story is so awesome in that like about broken people and what do you do with that, especially in an extreme situation. That's how good fiction works, is you put simple motivations and simple desires, like wants, etc., into an extreme, situation. And, Florin has something very similar to Carl, but very different. So again, it goes back to things like telling the dungeon story again, but in a different way. You're just kind of like just moving it over a degree, and you get a whole new, you get a whole new experience. And doing that with Florin has been a ton of fun because he's similar to Carl in some ways, but also really, really different. And we're taking him in a different place. And he's going to turn into a crocodile. So he's going to have shirt struggles, and we're going to deal with that as well.
He's already wearing a shirt when he turns into one.
Get my shirt on.
Yeah. Then you can't take it off. Yeah.
A lot of button downs.
Yeah,
a lot of button downs.
Yeah, I hope he was wearing the shirt he wanted when he made that choice.
All right, I think we have one last question coming through.
Or was that the last one?
Or was that? Oh, that might have been the last one. Okay. I may have misunderstood everything. Quick fire question. Okay. So we're going to do a little bit of trivia for you guys. A little like, would you rather, and things like that. So, lock in. Get your answers ready. We'll see how you guys feel about being in the hotspot. I mean, you have been the whole time, but, now again. So would you rather have Princess Donut as your permanent dungeon crawl partner or Mongo as your mount in every fight?
This is so quick fire right now.
This is quick fire.
How fast we all are at this.
Donut.
I feel like Donut's the answer, right?
Donut later dungeon, not in the early dungeon. Mongo.
Okay, that's cheating, but sure.
If anybody can, I guess
it's my goddamn buck. I can do it.
Yeah. Well,
I feel like younger Mongo is just harder to control, and it's just going to get you in trouble. Yeah, Donut is impossible to control, but at least she has, self-preservation instincts.
Yeah. Especially early on, Mongo really only talks through Donut, right? If you don't have the translation layer, it gets kind of tricky.
How will you know he's appalled?
Mongo talks through violence.
Would you rather be trapped in a room with a horde of murder clowns or fight a single station mimic?
No clowns.
Station mimic.
Station mimic.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a whole
murder
station.
clowns for me. I mean, like at least I get a sense that I can like progress through each clown. Like.
Well, do they have to come out of the little car? Because we can just crush the car.
Yeah.
If they're all in there beforehand.
There you go. Preemptive strike.
Yeah.
Well, Jeff is an honorary juggalo now, so.
Oh, congrats,
Am I?
Jeff.
How did that happen?
Juggalo told me that.
Really?
Because you do the voices so well.
Oh, that's sweet.
That's insane.
And you have a tattoo on your ass.
Okay. Would you rather trust Florent Dupont with your life or hand over your gold stash to Carl to invest it?
Carl to gold. I've read it. I've worked enough in Floren's mind. Carl to gold.
Carl, definitely.
Yeah.
You don't know Floren's story yet. Carl to gold.
Yeah,
For sure.
That's some excellent foreshadowing for this comic book.
I mean, Carl, and Carl, he invested in the pyramid scheme, right? I mean, I know it's
No, he
not pyramid.
didn't. He didn't invest in anything. He wasn't dumb with his money. Beatrice was dumb with his money.
I have no reason to believe Carl is fiscally irresponsible.
He seems like he's learned some good lessons.
Someone who's been poor their whole lives tend to do okay once. Actually, that's not true. But some people, when they've been poor their whole lives, tend to do okay when they start earning more money, in my experience.
That makes sense. All right. Now we're going to go for some even quicker quick-fire questions. Scare your boss mechanic, infinite ads, insta death traps, or an NPC who won't stop talking?
NPC.
That's fair.
Yeah, I don't know. Insta death traps for me. The other, like the infinite ads, seems like a mechanic that's easier to figure out and circumvent, right? The insta death traps, you don't get to learn from anything.
Yeah,
you don't get to learn the pattern. You trigger it, you're done.
It's just mines. Yeah, it's death.
Yeah, death.
Oh.
That one's not me.
Mongo is appalled. Slim Jims, Doritos, or mystery meat rations?
Oh man, I used to work at this daily newspaper and they had a vending machine that would have burritos, and there's one burrito that always just said meat on it. I didn't say what it was.
We had similarly, Matt. We had a sandwich that was flamin' chicken, not flaming. FLAMMIN, flamin' chicken.
Legally similar but distinct, I guess.
Yeah, illegal in 17 states, but not Illinois. So
I'm not a big Slim Jim fan, so I'll go for the mystery meat.
I'm going Doritos. There's so many versions of Doritos. I can, you just get one mystery meat and one. I'm gonna go with Doritos.
Yeah, I feel like Doritos are the answer, right? Okay. If Carl had a theme song, should it be death metal, K-pop, or polka?
We haven't actually revealed what Carl's favorite type of music is, because people ask this all the time, and we know he doesn't listen to heavy metal because he's not familiar with Megadeth. So he doesn't listen to K-pop. So I'll just go for this one. I'll go with polka.
He's a fish guy.
I'll follow Matt and I'll just go polka.
He likes late 90s ska.
Oh no. You know what?
Some of that's
I gotta
good.
go. It's been good.
I'm actually out now.
But he calls him Brian Seltzer.
Yeah. I draw the line at
It's just a little off.
Can't go there.
It's a good orchestra.
I weirdly could see polka for Carl. Like, an accordion just starts playing as he smashes into a room. I don't know. There's a vibe there. Okay, well, as we're, sort of hanging out here a little bit, just becoming the best of friends. Is there anything else that we haven't talked about that you guys are really excited about this project? Either future vision of it or just things questions didn't highlight that you're really proud or excited about?
I just can't wait to see where both Brett and Michael take things. Also, if you happen to be going to New York Comic Con, some of us are going to be there. So I'm looking forward to seeing you guys there.
Yeah, that's going to be a good time. Michael, are you going to be in New York as well?
Still deciding. I'm still deciding. So I hope to.
Okay. Awesome.
But no, I think what's cool though, the last thing I'll say is that, and this is truly, truly honest, that and I have Adrian Wassel from Vault, who's the editor on this project, to thank for this. Like, I was a fan of this book, and Adrian was the one who turned me on to it prior to working on it. And I love these books. And so it was a thrill to me to become involved in this way. But like, you know, it's kind of neat. We're really keeping, you know, fans in mind and what fans love about this and what their expectations are, and they align with what, you know, my expectations and what I like about this world are. So like, I think that's one of the most exciting things to come to this from that perspective and really keep readers in mind and like, what do we want to see and where do we want to go? And this is such a unique opportunity. So I'm just excited for that. I'm excited for people to be able to share this excitement, because I think we're coming from it from the right place. And I think it's going to be really cool once people see what we've got in store.
Yeah, I would agree that VaultCon, everybody there seems to be a fan and really putting all of their energy and back into the project from the back end. So it makes our jobs easier when other people are invested on a personal level. Me, I was a fan beforehand, so I'm happy. I actually got to send Matt a picture of my child and I reading together. He's on book 3. He is burning through it, and he really loves it. So it's really great to just see how awesome the property in general is, and then we get to put our extra spin on this side of the story is a unique opportunity. So yeah, it's awesome.
I'm a huge comics fan. Like I've only been a comics fan for like the past 4 years, but I have already developed a very unhealthy number of them. So it's just really thrilling for me to get some Dungeon Crawler Carl stuff in comic book form. Like, having worked in this world, worked with Matt for as long as I have, and having, you know, Dungeon Crawler Carl's been the source of many, many, many amazing things in my life, and I'm so grateful for what it's become. Not just the IP itself, but the fandom, and the opportunities it's getting to reach into the larger world and into these other mediums. And like, I don't know, it almost feels like full circle for me, because I got obsessed with comics right before I got into DCC, and now it's here. And so I'm just really excited to get the thing. Like, I'm excited to get that shiny hardcover. I pretty much only buy hardcover if it's possible when it comes to comics. So yeah, it's like, for me, I'm just so excited to get it in my hands and learn more about Florin, honestly, because I do think he's a great character. Yeah, and I can't wait to see what else comes of it. You know, I would love it if Dungeon Crawler Carl started doing ongoing comics, even if it's not just Florin, or even if you lean into Florin as like the main gateway into the world from the comics perspective, you know. But this is a great start, at least for the Western side of comics, and yeah, I couldn't be more excited about it.
What's your favorite comic, Jeff? Now that you've become absorbed.
Preacher. Garth Ennis is my favorite comic book writer. I don't think he's the best, but he's definitely my favorite.
That's how it goes. Yeah, I'm very excited about this too. Florin's always been one of the characters I'm the most curious about, so I'm really pumped that you guys decided to dive in and and expand. I was like, are they playing me off the stage? I'll see you guys later. Yeah, my bad. And those are the Oscars and the red sign, just, you know, get off the stage. I don't remember yeah, Florin's cool. I can't wait. I'm really excited about it too. I had a whole thing. It doesn't matter. But I was telling Matt before we started that a bunch of my friends who don't read or don't read Lit RPG or really don't read that much have started talking about Dungeon Crawler Carl, and not because I've told them about it. And that's been a really cool thing for me to have friends come up and they're like, "You like books? Have you heard about this book?" And I'm like, "Yes, I am familiar." And seeing it leak into spaces that don't read a lot. Anytime a book does that in the modern era, I think is a great thing. And so I'm really excited to see how the world expands. I know there's other projects being cooked up at all times, and it's really suitable for all those things.
Hell yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for coming to join the stream. Does anybody have any final parting words before we kind of go through the Backerkit is now live. You can start backing. My understanding is all of the like legendary tiers are already supported. So thank you guys for coming out so strong to back this project. You guys, the link should be available to you wherever you got these things from. We'll make sure that you have those available. And let's, kick it off. Matt, you got anything left? Any, Brett, Michael, anything you guys want to say? Jeff too. Sorry, I didn't mean to leave you out. I don't know.
No, it's fine.
I'm sorry. I love you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, thank you guys so much for continuing to support Dungeon Crawler Carl in all the ways we have. We have so many things going on right now, and we have the webtoon, which is doing really well. This, which is I'm super excited about the Crocodile. It's because I get to meet new creatives and work on it in amazing new ways, and I can't wait to see where this goes. And assuming it does okay, hopefully we can continue to do things like this, because it's pretty neat. Like what Andrew was saying and what Brett was saying earlier is my favorite thing in the world to hear is people say, I wasn't reading. I haven't read a book since high school. I haven't done anything. And then, my girlfriend made me read Dungeon Crawler Carl because it's all over TikTok. And now I'm reading all these other books, and it's been my gateway. And that's my favorite thing in the world. And hopefully we can, one of the first things, and then Brett was saying, maybe we can get some crossover, because there's tons of people who read books, but they don't read graphic novels or comics, and vice versa. And we've already seen that with the webtoon a little bit. People are like, well, this is too slow. I want to read the actual book, and they've gone through the whole series. So it's amazing. It's amazing. I can't wait to see what happens next.
Yeah.
Michael, Brett, any final thoughts before we head off into the sunset?
Yeah, just echoing what Matt said. I mean, it's really cool to be part of this. There's such a huge readership of very loyal, I've discovered Matt's things, some very invested fans.
Yeah,
which is
don't
awesome.
kick your ass, Marisi.
I am making sure to dot all my I's. But no, it's awesome. It's excited to be part of this world in the way that we are. It's very cool. Love the support from readers, and excited to deliver something that we're really proud of.
Yeah, Matt does a great job of making reading accessible to a wide audience, and I think that it can tell because as it grows and grows. And I think the way that Michael's beating out the script and hopefully the artwork, it's going to be just as acceptable, just as accessible for other people to get into and enter the universe this way too. So it's going to be awesome.
Well, from all of us here, thank you guys for dropping in to hear about the project. Thank you for the support you've already shown. Please go check it out if you haven't already. There's a bunch of great options for upgrading and making this thing look super awesome. And we are going to run off into the sunset. And you guys know where to find us. We'll see you guys soon.
All right. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you. Wherever you are.
Hey, Crawlers. I am Matt Ditteman, creator of Dungeon Crawler Carl, and I am so excited to finally bring you Crocodile, the first canon graphic novel expansion set in the world of Dungeon Crawler Carl.